permettre au Maroc et à la Tanzanie de se frotter les mains.
Ouais.
On va suivre ce coup franc gambien. À 2 minutes de la récréation, Monsieur Castan au Togo. Va donner le signal. Abdoulaye Mansali. Deuxième tentative, il envoie ce ballon. Et la faute hein, sur Kopa Boubacar. Et on voit Brou Benjamin va s'appuyer sur Yaya Touré, Nyengeri. Yaya, Seredier, Serré, Yaya à nouveau. Seredier, entre-temps la défense gambienne se positionne et récupère tout de suite. On peut se permettre quelques petits gris-gris dans cette défense de la Gambie avec Kamine Diamaté, les Gambiens, Yassi Sana. Gambien toujours, Abdoulaye Mansali qui obtient la faute. Ah, ils sont décomplexés, les Gambiens. Pour le moment, en tout cas, repartir à Manjoul avec un point dans l'escarcelle, ça ferait du bien à cette équipe qui ferme la marche à l'issue de la deuxième journée des éliminatoires. On l'a dit et ressassé. Kalou semble avoir touché ce ballon. Et donc, la rentrée de touche est gambienne. On joue la 45e minute. Et la Côte d'Ivoire contrôle avec Purboka. Kent Ismaël, côté, se retourne. Il n'ira pas loin. Il est échappé. L'échappée de Niassi Sana qui attend maintenant du soutien. Et il y a la longue jambe de Bamba.
Remplacement côté gambien. La sortie de Mamadou Cissé.
Et Maré Suleiman.
Il y a 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Maré Suleiman.
C'est la Gambie qui veut tenter un coup dans le temps additionnel, peut-être marquer les esprits en inscrivant le premier but de cette rencontre.
Et Niassi Sana. Un ballon. Sera gâteau pour Anguabrou. Je crois. Cheikh Ismaël Tioté. Yaya Touré Nyengeri, un peu discret en cette fin de première mi-temps. Seredier, Anguabrou, Kalou Salomon, Kalou, Yaya, systématiquement ils font deux sur le milieu de terrain ivoirien. Le ballon. Et voilà le coup de sifflet, le dernier de ces 45 premières minutes de M. Castan Otobo Pierre Benson.
La position de balle a été ivoirienne. Mais on va dire que le tableau d'affichage reste désespérément vierge. Pas de but au stade Félix Houphouët-Boigny. Et bonne entrée en tout cas de quelques nouveaux, et notamment de Seredier Wilfried pour le moment qui tient bien sa position dans l'entrejeu ivoirien. Mais rappelons-le, il faut des buts. Il faut des buts, il en faut au moins un. Et sans encaisser pour engranger les 3 points de cette rencontre. C'est un championnat qui se jugera au terme de la dernière journée prévue donc en septembre prochain. Pour le moment, 0-0. Il faudra revenir avec un esprit de conquérant.
Et vous l'avez dit, avec davantage de percussion et d'imagination pour venir à bout des Scorpions de Gambie qui ont les mandibules bien tendues pour le moment. 0-0. On va retrouver à Cocody en studio.
Well, so far so good. It has not been an eye-catching performance, but we are proud to say the Gambia has put up a very solid performance in Abidjan. Gentlemen, we've watched the first 45 minutes. The Gambia was able to win a couple of fouls, and I think it was a fine performance.
Yeah, brilliant performance from the Gambian point of view, holding the Ivorians to a goalless draw in the first 45 minutes, and we have seen some very good defending on the side of the Gambian team and some very eye-catching moves by the players. We have been able to at least get into the opponent's box on a couple of times, you know, so that is very, very good. Gambia, the happier of the two sides. I can see the smiles on the faces of all the guys here.
Babakar, you suggested for the Gambian side to pack the bus and defend so well, resolutely, but they took the game to Ivory Coast, as we have seen with a couple of set-piece play that they've won.
But if you watch the Gambian formation, you have only Modesisi up front. Okay. Now, you see, in modern day football, parking the balls doesn't mean that you only have to defend every ball comes in, pam pam for it to go. No, you have to defend, and at the same time, when you have an opportunity to go on the break, you go. That was what I was suggesting. Park the balls, utilize your chances on the break, and I think we are seeing that. You know, we have a couple of half chances, on the break that. We could set on the set piece that we could have utilized, because I think our biggest weapon in terms of securing a result today could depend on the set pieces that we got today. Because to find our way behind the Ivorian defense, you see, to me, I thought it was going to be very, very difficult. But based on what we've seen from the first half, I think it's so far so good for the Gambian team. But football is not only one half. You have two halves. There's the first half and the second half. So you have to keep your concentration level the same way that you did for the second 45 minutes also. You don't have to lose your concentration for even a second. Keep your concentration and your composure, and you will be there.
Haji, you've seen, well, we are all big admirers of Yaya Toure, like him or not. He is one guy who single-handedly changed games in the EPL, but do we succeed in containing him, his marauding runs in the pitch today?
I think you give credit to the Gambia midfield players for keeping Yaya Toure within a period of 45 minutes without not getting that exposure. I think he was only lucky to get a chance of where he got the shot, but unfortunately for him, he could not get the shot in that way that he was expecting to see that shot end. But notwithstanding, the Gambian team is playing a formation that is well respected in the way of this modern football. That is to say, we are not sitting behind that much. You know, I told my colleague here that giving Ivory Coast a tough test, you have to show them that creativity, and that is to say, go out, give them upset, do that upset. The Gambia has proven to the Ivorian side that they can be a very stubborn side with what we have seen in the first